Hey guys. Okay, so forgive us for the horrible lighting. We are staying in a hotel. We'll probably have to move around the room and figure out what's the best lighting area, but for now, this is what we got. Let me see. I can probably turn on a flashlight. Let me see if that helps. That's about it. It's as good as it gets.
You got a flashlight? Should I bring another flashlight?
I'm gonna need yours because I took notes on that phone.
On my phone?
On my phone. Yeah?
Yeah. Doesn't your notes connect?
No idea. I don't think I share my notes. You want me to text it to you?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
If I could just borrow your phone, that way I don't have to because I don't have it connected to the Wi-Fi. But I do have my notes.
Okay.
Do you have? Can I borrow your phone?
Is that better?
No. We need light right here.
Maybe.
But we sit here.
No, turn it on.
Hmm?
Like this. Hey.
That's better light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta learn how to problem solve. Okay.
I could totally lay down right now.
Yeah, this is definitely way better.
I know, but then I'm not so comfortable. All right. So we wanted to bring some topics to you guys, let you know what's been going on with our move. This is our new house. It's a hotel.
Yeah, it's a hotel.
Gotta be a little louder but it's like midnight, I think, and
12:44 a.m.
Yeah. There's nobody in our chat right now, but that's okay. And I didn't announce it on the internet either, so I could try announcing it. But yeah, so how's everything been going for you?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Just chilling. Just having fun.
Yeah, we've been on vacation. If anybody's here, you guys are welcome to say hi. It's basically ever since we retired or we resigned from our jobs, it's kind of like we're on this big vacation.
Yeah, I think I work a lot harder now than when I was working. Isn't that interesting? I resigned from my job, but I work a lot harder now. It's like my boss now is a lot harder on me because our expectations, like paint the house,
Okay, so
fix the sink.
But what I was going to say is that we definitely didn't make our hit time. We did not make our hit time.
I think last time we talked about, let's do an update real quick. Last time we talked about, last time we came on here, we sent off
some Balik Bayan boxes, like 36 of them.
36 boxes of the Balik Bayan boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And we also painted
most of the house.
Majority of the house, the kitchen, the fireplace area, 2 bedrooms,
and
the hallway, and then the living room is already painted. The only thing that needs to be painted is the master bedroom and
the master bath.
And the master bathroom, right? So far so good.
But
right?
We didn't even pack up our whole house. We spent the whole day packing and we didn't make it in time.
So the property manager came in on what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
So property came on a Tuesday.
We told her we'd be out by Friday.
Yeah. Told we would be out by Friday, but
it didn't happen.
As a wise lady that she was, she's like, you guys got a
You
lot of
guys aren't
stuff to
gonna
do.
make it.
You're not gonna make it this Friday. And I was like, no, I was so
I was like,
determined.
yes, we can do
I was so
this.
determined. I was like, yeah, you know what? We could do this. Pack, 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 pack. Well, guess what? We didn't make it. There are a lot of things. There's a lot of variables that happened that took time away from what we needed to do.
Hmm.
So one time I was packing and we ran out of balikbayan boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have anywhere else to put our stuff.
So yeah.
So we ended up packing 15 more boxes.
Hmm.
15 more
Yeah.
boxes. And so then we ended up having to take them to LA. And when we were in LA, we picked up another 15 boxes.
Yeah.
So now we have more boxes, but we haven't been back to our house because when we left on Friday, we meant that we were leaving on Friday because we had a bunch of plans
Hmm.
and we wanted to follow through with our plans, even though we weren't completely moved out.
Right. That's correct. So we, took our kids to their grandma. They stayed there for a couple of days while Dee and I kind of tied up some loose ends, hung out with friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, we got to see our friends. They all came together to say bye to us. And I love it because they say, we'll see you soon. They're not really saying bye. They're like, see you in the future,
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's so sweet because they're serious about coming to visit us and we can't wait for them to come and visit because
Hmm.
we always have fun when we're together.
Yeah.
And we definitely had a great weekend, spending time with our friends and just kind of reconnecting with some old friends too, because some of our friends, they live out in San Diego and we haven't seen them for years.
Yeah.
And so we got a chance to link back up and share numbers and
Hmm.
it was like we had never missed a beat,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? It's like,
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how that was. Like, we've met these guys, some of these guys, when we were 21, 22.
yeah.
Now we're in our late 30s.
Mhm.
And so we haven't seen these guys for like last 6 years, 7 years.
Mhm.
And it's beautiful because when you're really friends with someone, you pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
Like, you don't skip a beat.
Yeah.
And of course, you have those basic questions like, oh, how have you been, what have you been up to, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But then you start laughing about the same crappy stuff that
And
has happened in the past, and you reminisce about the what happened in the background, and it's like, it's interesting.
I just feel like whenever you're with your friends, it's so genuine.
Hmm.
And it's like when they're asking you about things, they're like, they really want to know. And it
Hmm.
just feels so nice to be around genuine people. There was like no drama with our group,
Oh no, but there was definitely some tears that were shed.
Yeah, lots of
For sure,
tears
for
shed.
sure, for sure. There were some
Yeah.
tears that were shed. One of the toughest girls I know. So shout out to Cindy out there, right?
Oh, she's
Yeah,
gonna miss
she's
us
gonna
so
miss us.
bad.
Um,
And we're really sorry we're gonna
right,
miss
yeah,
your
yes.
wedding.
So Cindy, she just got proposed to, and we were there at the proposal. One of the most
Yeah.
beautiful proposals I have ever
If you
seen.
want to see the proposal, there's a video.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like the engagement, you
right.
know.
And so my boy has been trying to propose for like a very long time, right? He's like, man, what's the right time? He really thought it out. He's like, okay, I think, okay, this might be it. I think I'm gonna ask her on this trip. But then he's like, oh no, she's very close with her family.
Mhm.
But then she's like, okay, her family's all together. Well, but then I want my friends to be there as well.
Yeah, so it was
And it was beautiful.
perfect.
Like,
We were all there.
we got invited to it, and it was definitely a surprise. But she's one of the toughest girls I know. And she's one of those ones that are kind of aggressive, not passive aggressive, but aggressive all the time. You know what I mean? Like, but I really
Very direct.
very direct. But I
Mhm.
really appreciate that because she doesn't beat around the bush. You know what I mean? She doesn't like you, she's gonna tell you she doesn't like you. But she's a very strong, independent woman. And she started like shedding some tears. And I was like, holy, wow, like, that's very profound right there. Like, coming from a grown woman who I've known for a very long time, just to shed some tears, like
Like she
like
genuinely
she
is gonna
genuinely cared.
miss
Yeah, like I
us.
like
Aw. know.
Like I was like, oh my gosh, like
Love you, Cindy.
this is stop it. You're gonna make me cry too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very sweet. So we had a great time with our
Hmm.
friends,
Hmm.
saw a Dodger game, and we got to like just spend some time with our friends and got a lot of great video. So
Yes.
if you look at our shorts, you will see like all the happy moments. It's so
Yeah.
great.
So yes, there was a Pikachu that I caught in the front yard. So if you want to watch that, watch the short version of it. But it's pretty cool. We're digging up some stuff in the garage, and I was like, "What? I haven't seen this thing in a long
Mm-hmm.
time." And so yeah, watch for Pikachu.
Yeah, we'll go look for
Go
Pikachu.
look for
We've
Pikachu.
been making some fun
Mhm. Yeah,
videos these
it has
last couple
been.
of days. And actually, since we are officially like done working, we can make so much more content.
Hmm.
And we're having fun doing it, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
It feels like we can like really just kind of like explore and just, be very present with our
Hmm.
lives. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Um, some things we've learned along the way. So we have learned that you do need a little bit of wiggle room when you're doing the planning for moving to the Philippines.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
A lot.
we didn't meet our time hack,
Yes.
and I mean, like we worked hours and we were hard at it, and we were supposed to be done on Friday.
But we didn't. We have to go back, and I think there's like two more days worth of work with the cleaning up the house, painting the master bedroom, caulking all the baseboards,
Packing,
packing, fixing the sink and stuff. So there's
yeah.
still a few more. I think we have one more load to do, and so we have to do that within the next 48 hours
Hmm.
because we have some stuff we need to do.
We
Right?
need to be done.
We
Like
need to be
we
done.
literally need to be done before Tuesday.
Right.
So we only have like one day
Yes.
to get this done.
And the thing is, the trash and garbage has been piling. I mean, I'm happy for my neighbors, right? Some of my neighbors are like, "Oh,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna take this guy off of you and that guy off of
yeah, we've
you."
had some
And we
really
have
good
some really good
interactions with our
interactions. Yeah,
neighbors.
like, "Hey, what's up? What do you want? What was this?" And then that, not just that, but some of the stuff that we wanted to get rid of.
Hmm.
We got rid of the couch that ate up
Hmm.
a lot of our time.
Yeah.
Got rid of some of the. We had like a TV
Hmm.
that also ate up a lot of time.
We still have a TV we have to dismount.
Yeah, we saw
We
to.
haven't even
Hmm.
we haven't done everything we need to do.
And then not like I said, we ran out of bulk buying boxes, right? So I called LBC and they said, "Oh yeah, there's a store over here. It's a Filipino store. They sell LBC boxes." Well, guess what? The day I went there was the day they closed,
Yeah, and they don't
and
open
they
for a
didn't open for
while.
like 4 days. I was like, "No, no!" So it just was not. It wasn't
Didn't work
working out. It
out.
didn't work out.
Whoever's here, we appreciate you coming out and checking on us. If you want to talk to us in the chat, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Right now we're going over like the fact that we didn't make our hit time. We do have a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But I would say that the time that we're spending together with our families is very good. Like it's quality.
mhm.
Like after you resign your job and you actually finished your last day. Well, our last day isn't until later on because
We have
we
terminal
have
leave.
terminal leave.
So
Uh,
we're going to continue to have our
have
benefits
our
and our
benefits, yeah.
checks until we're kind of like settled.
Right. But right now it's like now we're taking our time,
Mhm.
and maybe that's what it is that we're taking our time and doing things. Like we spend time with our friends, and I wanted to make sure that I spent as much time with our friends. Like
Yeah.
we walked them to their car,
Mhm.
we walked them out the door, we waved goodbye, like the the things that you want to do to make your friends special, like
Mhm.
spend every last moment with them until they're in the car, and then when they're in the car, still
Keep
waving
waving.
like, "Ah,
Bye.
bye, I'm gonna miss you."
Yeah.
uh, and then something else too is that with our kids, there's more. I want more time with them. Like I had to
Mhm.
do. We had some trash in the front yard. It's accumulated. There was a
Oh
microwave,
my God, we've
dishwasher,
had
and all that stuff.
tons of trash in the
Right.
front yard. It's
And so
been.
now it's just been piling up. It was piling up, and I was like,
Mhm.
we have to do a trash run. So
We got
we
to.
went to the landfill, and it was like a teaching moment, right? I step out of the everyone knows if you've been to the landfill before, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't been to the landfill, you should go just to experience it once. And when you go, take your kids with you. I think it'll be a learning process,
And
and that's
also wear gloves.
and wear gloves. And that's what I did with my son. So Dee and my daughter, they stayed at home and kind of like finished up the paint, finished up packing some of the stuff to for the kids. And then my son and I went to the landfill. We filled up the back of the truck. We did that 2 times, but I stepped out of my truck, and I already knew the expectation, right? It's like as soon as I opened the door, I was like, yummy! It smells so good. And my son's like, "Oh, really? What is it? What is it smell like?" And then immediately he's like, "Oh, that's disgusting. That's horrible." And so he got an opportunity to record some of the stuff, and we had a long discussion, because the same landfill, there was the trash guys that comes around your house with the truck was also dumping stuff. So it was, for him, it was interesting because the back hatch of the truck opened up and it pushed out all the garbage, right? Like it would, like a dump truck, it would lift it and would push out all the garbage. And when he saw that, he was like, "Oh man, that's interesting." And we had a long conversation about men um, having to kind of do the hard work and take that in, like there's responsibilities that you have to do. He was thinking like, well, I want to stay home. I was like, no, son, let's go to the landfill. I got some stuff that I want to show you. And so I took the time to teach him that, hey, there are sometimes, in order for you somebody has to do the hard work, and men often do that, right? And then here we are, right? If you look around, it's just me and you, um, and everyone else around here are guys. Oh, there was a couple of girls that were there with their husbands. Like there were a couple of wives that were with their husbands just dumping trash, which is great. But I had an opportunity to talk to him and be like, look, your life has been very sheltered. You live here in the United States and you never see a place like this in a landfill, and your garbage is picked up from your front yard and brought to here, and so that way you don't have to smell all of this. But for all those individuals that work in that industry, that work in a waste management, and they pick up your trash, this is what they have to deal with on a daily basis. And so it was a beautiful conversation that I had with my son. And what he learned from it was that, wow, this is a lot of hard work. And I tied it into, your education is very important, because when you go to school, you learn new things, and that's kind of the basis that you have. If you learn how to read, how to write, right, you learn to comprehend. And any school that you go to, as long as you know how to read, write, and comprehend information, then you can learn, right? And eventually you get to the top level and you become a doctor and you learn about research and how to conduct them. But the foundation is reading, writing, and learning how to learn.
Mhm.
So it was good. That's beautiful. And I took the time to explain to my son that men do a lot of hard work, and it's hard out there. You know, you can't sit at home and allow your garbage just to pile up. You have to take a couple of trips to the
Mhm.
landfill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, and I think part of us moving and part of us like making this decision to um make more time for our family, um it includes teaching our children more lessons and more values that we have. And if we didn't do this move, we wouldn't have had a chance to take our son at this age and show him the landfill and have
hmm
that conversation. And because we wouldn't just like be like, "Oh, let's go to the landfill," like
hmm
we wouldn't have this opportunity. So that's really really sweet and nice.
yeah. And so usually, like, I'm a perfectionist, and I would take my trash out there in the front yard, and I have to make sure that it is 1 foot off of the sidewalk. And my son and daughter are like, well, why don't you just put the wheel against the sidewalk. And I'm like, well, there's usually a hook that picks it up, right? And you want to be able to get it ready for the trash man to pick it up, because if it's not, then it's going to go all over the place. And
Mm-hmm.
so we've talked about garbage before in the past, and how you don't want to overfill it, because then if it doesn't get hooked up properly, then your garbage gets all over the ground, and the trash man has to go out there, pick it up, and do it for you. And so you got to make sure that your plastic bag is tied properly, the recycle bin is in the recycle bin, and the lid for the garbage is closed. I
I
know.
know.
It's going
For
on a
everybody,
tangent.
look, for everyone who just joined us, we appreciate you coming by. We are talking about our move,
Yes,
and
yes,
we were
yes,
talking about the landfill because we had to take all our stuff to the dump. Like
yes.
it was piling up.
Yeah, you know what? I learned a lot of things too. So I guess so I was taking a whole bunch of wood to the landfill, and the treated wood, you have to take it there on a specific days. It's
No.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the guy that was weighing us, they have to weigh your vehicle when you go in, looked in the back, is like, oh man, I see treated wood. And I was
Uh
like,
huh.
okay, so it's wood. What's the difference between that? Oh, back in 2021, all treated wood have to be turned in on certain days, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays.
But what about 2023?
Well, you have to pay, like, from
So you had to pay extra?
well, from 1 pound to 1,000 pounds of treated wood is $61.
So you had to pay extra.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So not just like no, I brought it back home. I brought the treated wood back home. It's one piece of wood that I brought back home
That's
because
it?
I couldn't turn it in. It wasn't a Thursday. It was
That's
a Tuesday or a Thursday
interesting.
you have to go to.
Oh,
Treated wood
that's
is only for Tuesday and Thursday, at least the
oh,
landfill that we're at.
that's funny.
Yeah, it was interesting, and I was like, okay, so you want me to come back on a Tuesday or Thursday to turn in one piece of wood?
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's how it is. The rules are rules. I was like, you know, man, thank you, appreciate that. So I took the piece of wood back home.
Wow. All right. So we finished cleaning up our front yard and we got rid of like as much trash as we could.
Yes.
Our house is still needing to get some things done, but we're gonna go and work on them and hopefully, like, it doesn't matter. Like, we have to get it done.
Yes.
Like, there's
That's
no
absolutely correct.
hopeful. It's like we're going and we're getting it done. So,
Yeah.
we have to. We have to. We have no. There's like our wiggle room is right now. This is it.
Mhm.
This is it. We're in the final
Final stages.
final stage. Like,
So we have two vehicles right now.
mhm.
Uh, One we still owe money on it, so we're gonna return that
We're
to.
gonna sell it
We're gonna
back
sell it
to the
back to the
dealer.
dealership.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we're not upside down, because if we are, then we're gonna have to pay some money
out of
out
pocket.
of pocket.
Yeah.
But we got to turn in one vehicle,
Hmm.
and it just so happened it's like I just took the vehicles to the shop,
Yeah, we
and
had to
it was
pay
like,
to get all our vehicles serviced.
right. But since we're traveling a whole bunch and we're putting a lot of mileage in the vehicles, services came around early. Not just the services, but then they recommended a few things too. They're like, oh, well, guess what, you need to change your tire.
And I'm like, I don't want to pay a
And it's
thousand
like
dollars
it's
more
like a
for
thousand dollars
tires.
for a tire. Oh, hey, by the way, your brakes are due. Like, okay, so how much are the brakes? Well, my recommendation is not just the brakes, but it's your rotors. If we change the brakes, okay, it's gonna last a few months, but then if you don't fix your rotor, um, you know, it's
So
gonna
we're
be the
dealing
same
with
way.
this other stuff too. It's like okay, we're trying to move out of the country, and at the same time, we're having like car. We need to like fix our car, and we're like,
Hmm.
but we don't want to fix our car because we're gonna sell it
Right,
back to the company. So it's just like it's a two-edged sword. It's
right.
just ugh.
But at the same time, it's like, do I really want to be stuck on the side of the road having to change a tire because I'm stubborn, right? And I'm trying to be like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna travel
I can hold out.
so many
I'm
more
like, we
miles,
can
and I'm
hold
like,
out.
no way, no way. So we had to get the vehicles fixed. Had to change the
Hmm.
rotors. Had to change the had to change the rotors. Had to change the brakes,
We're
and oil
still
changes.
we're still going on
Yeah.
them tires. We
Yes.
are trying to
Yeah. It's
ride that
yeah,
tread.
yeah. I don't want to though. It's very dangerous.
Hmm.
It's like, especially with your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
think I think there's a nail in one of our tires, but it hasn't like deflated or anything. So we're kind of like we're kind of taking a risk there. So I see people coming in and out. If you guys want to talk to us in the chat, you're so welcome to.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So
Uh,
let's see. What else did you want to talk about?
so the we went to a Dodger game for the first time.
Mhm.
I didn't really understand why my friends were so upset. They're like, "Oh man, that last inning they allowed the San Diego Padre like score like 7 points," and I'm like, "Well, it is what it is." They're like, "That pitcher is horrible," and I'm
I
like,
know.
"Oh
It's so
gosh."
funny.
I have never been. That was my first time going to a baseball game, and you know what? The San Diego Padres gym, beautiful. The grass is all
You're talking
nice.
about the Petco
Yeah, 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 yeah.
stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. But man, there's a lot of mean people out there.
Yeah, it
Yeah, a
was like
lot of
okay,
mean people.
I'm not much of a sports person,
Mm-hmm.
but it was very like there were a lot of people with aggression
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And it was just like, whoa.
I guess it's the culture of the game. It's a part of the game,
Probably.
right? So I went there, watched the game for a little bit, ate the hot dog, so I got the whole experience.
And
And
we're like, okay, let's go now.
I was yeah, that was pretty much it. I was like, all right, guys, well, I'm tired. I talked to D. Our friend stayed there the whole entire time, but D and I went back early because it's not something that excites me and be like, hey guys, this is so
Oh
cool.
yeah.
It's just like if I'm not playing the game, if I'm just sitting in the background just watching it, I can't watch it. I really
But
can't.
it was great to be with all our friends, and we had a lot of fun like
Mm-hmm.
making our way to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely was like, I want a hot dog, and it was fun. We had a great time. And then we found our seats, and then we were like, okay, cool. Yeah, all right, baseball,
Yeah.
sports. And
Yeah.
then we're ready to go.
Oh,
So
that guy's yelling some obscene things. Oh,
yeah.
that's not very nice. But at the same time, it was cool. So we left. We left early because we didn't want to
Mhm.
miss the crowd. We didn't want to mess with the crowd afterwards because we had to ride the rail
Oh
system to
yeah.
get
Yeah.
there.
So we didn't even have to fight traffic or nothing because
Hmm.
we left a little earlier than
Yeah.
everybody else. So that was
So
nice.
as a father, as a father, there were some things that I noticed. Right. And so when we first got into the rail, there were kids in there,
Hmm.
and
He's so considerate. He's so considerate of other
yeah,
people's children.
and
He really
so
is.
I'm like, oh man, and then these guys in the front were like, oh well, this and the Dodgers are this, well the
Oh
Padres are this,
yeah.
and I'm like, hey guys, there's kids
They were
here, there's
heckling
kids,
each
and I'm like,
other.
and here it is, the kid is like from Europe or something. They're visiting San Diego,
Uh-huh.
probably for the weekend,
Yeah.
and the kid was just like so interested in the people like arguing back and forth about
Well,
facts and yelling, and I was like, man, I don't know if this is appropriate for kids.
right. And the other thing too about like with children, they model our
Right?
behaviors.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's like, like you got to show children, how to be like appropriate,
Hmm.
especially like in social situations.
Right? Yeah,
And so yeah, it's just I try to be very considerate of other
yeah,
children as well. I'll be like, hey, there's kids in here,
yeah.
guys. Even though our kids were not in
Yeah,
there.
our kids were not in there, but it's
But
interesting because you can tell the parents are just sitting there and they were uncomfortable with what was being said around their children,
right.
but at the same time they don't want to say anything, right?
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
uh so
It's
yeah.
very interesting. Yeah. Just
Hmm.
different cultures and different cities.
Hmm.
And, like where we come from San Luis Obispo, it's like super chill. People are taking their time, waving you by. They'll open the door and say, they'll open the door for you, say thank you.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just different cultures
Hmm.
when you go around, you
Yes.
know. Yeah, one culture I really enjoyed about San Diego was the pride culture. Like is very very nice to be around people just being kind to each other
Mhm.
and accepting.
Yeah, that was cool. We
So
went
we
to
like that.
we had we have a friend. We've known her since we were 22, probably
Mm.
23 years old.
Oh, we gotta see
Yeah, we
her.
got to see her. So
Yes.
now, so when we were younger at that age, all our friends were like dabble in like music and like
Uh-huh.
producing music and becoming DJs. Well, three of our friends are DJs, and
Yeah.
she is actually a DJ at two spots
Yeah.
in San Diego.
Yeah.
So
And we'll keep her anonymous.
yeah, we'll
So,
keep her
but
anonymous.
it's so great to see our friends and to see, where we've all gone
Mhm.
over these last like 17, 18 years and just seen the growth. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It
So,
was
it's
nice. It
really
was nice
nice.
catching up, meeting everyone's like husbands
Mhm.
and wives, and like, hey,
Mhm.
how are you now? Oh, you have kids? What?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in this industry and that industry. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, you know, when you're like in your 20s and you're meeting people, you don't really know what they're gonna turn into. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful looking back, like, man, you know,
Mhm.
this guy was a clown.
Yeah,
He's a lawyer now. What
yeah.
is
It's
going on? Like,
great. I
whoa,
love
yeah.
that about our
But it's
group.
it's cool though,
Mhm.
because the conversations that we have is interesting. We can
Very
talk about
profound.
law. We can talk
Mhm.
about politics. We can talk about anime. We can talk
Yeah,
about, it's
very
just a
diverse group. Yeah,
very
it's
diverse.
there's so much to
Yeah,
talk about.
yeah. So
Yeah, we
it's
never like run out of topics and
hmm
just it's very
it's just
intriguing.
like one thing after another, and it's the type of group that it's like you can sit there and watch and you'll have fun the entire time. But if you have
Mhm.
something to say, you have to fight for it. Like you have to be like, "Hey, no, hell no!" And,
Like
like
you
you
gotta
gotta get
like
in there.
you gotta get in there.
You gotta get in there.
It's a big fun group.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So yeah, we said bye to our friends, but see you soon. You're coming to the Philippines. You're gonna
Yes,
visit
yes, they're gonna
us,
visit us
and we're
definitely.
gonna have a great time. So,
So we
like
told
we
our
always
friends
do.
like, hey, give us a year and a half, 2 years. Let us get
Hmm.
established to find the right place and build the house. And once the house is built, please come over. We'll show you guys around. And I think that's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so we're now living in a hotel. We just checked in, and actually, we've been shopping for hotels for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I originally had set us up with an Airbnb
Mm-hmm. We're a 3 bedroom Airbnb
with a jacuzzi
and a
and a
pool.
pool and all this stuff, right? But the Airbnb was kind of on the expensive side, and when I was looking through like the different hotels, I was like, we can save $900 by staying at this other hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up going with a hotel that serves breakfast, and it's a very decent breakfast. And so now this is where we are. And
Mm-hmm.
we got a 1 bedroom, so it's not 3 bedrooms.
Yep.
It's a shared pool, which is fine. We can do community pool, not a
No
big deal.
jacuzzi. No
No
jacuzzi.
jacuzzi, no
Yeah.
private
But
jacuzzi.
then at the same time, we were supposed to be done with the house a few days ago.
Hmm.
So I don't feel bad at all because we have to leave this room
Yeah, we have to go back
and go back
yeah.
to our house and
Hmm.
finish the painting and finish fixing up the house
Right. So it's
so we
not
can
like
get
we
it
get
ready.
to enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's the thing I was talking about to him was like, well, if we got the 3 bedrooms, how much of the house would we really be using? You know?
Yeah.
Because we were going from a 3 bedroom and then we're gonna go into a 3 bedroom. But then last minute, like I changed and I just canceled and I got my full
We
refund.
changed and we
Yeah.
canceled.
We changed and we
Okay. All
canceled.
right.
Yes,
There you
we
go.
we had many
There's no
talks
I
about
in that. It's we changed and we
Yes,
canceled.
yes. And I think we made a good choice.
I think
And
so too.
yeah.
Because I mean, we have to go back tomorrow, Monday, and
Mhm.
then Tuesday
Or
we
it's
have to.
actually Monday now, I
It's Monday
think. Oh
now,
my
so
god.
in the next few hours we have to drive back in the to San Luis Obispo County area.
Mhm.
We're
And
currently in what, Palm
yeah,
Springs
we're in
area.
the Palm Springs area.
So
So yeah, this is us.
this is us right here. So we're probably gonna do another live tomorrow and kind of show you guys around the house
Oh yeah, we should do a live
before we just
walking around the
yeah
house showing you.
before
Do
we
we?
disconnect the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we still have internet. Okay, yeah, I was just gonna ask. I was like, do we still have internet
Yeah,
set
so we
up?
do. So
Okay.
that's one of the things that we still have to do is change the registration
Mm-hmm.
for the car, sell one of the cars. What else? Cut off the internet,
The
the
gas.
gas.
I think we're leaving the electric on and the water.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I need to talk to the property manager so I
Right,
can know like what is required.
right. So get
Mm-hmm.
rid of Disney Plus, get rid of Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
get rid of
Are you really
Peacock.
gonna get rid of that stuff?
What's that?
Are you gonna get rid of that stuff?
What,
You
Disney?
gonna turn them all off?
Yeah, Disney's not really that great. Like some of the stuff that they're coming out with, I'm not really happy.
Oh, okay.
And then Netflix is like, okay, Netflix. I would just rather buy like Dragon Ball Z and have the kids watch that. There's
Well,
some
I mean,
life lessons in that.
once we're in Philippines, we don't really need TV all that much, honestly.
Hmm.
I think we'll be too busy trying to get our house situated, meet
Yeah.
like reconnecting with people
Hmm.
in the community there and making our friends. So
And the thing right now, we're at a hotel, right? Hotel have cable, and we don't have cable at the house. We just have Netflix and Disney Plus
mhm.
and Peacock, and we're very selective. I'm very selective
Of what
of what our
what our
kids
kids watch
watch. And right now, they're watching Disney and some of the stuff that like at this late in the night,
is not always
it's not
appropriate
always
for
appropriate. And I'm
children.
like, oh, okay, all right,
Yeah,
sounds
it's
good.
like this is a little questionable.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
So what's that other channel? Like Adult Swim?
that's not
That's
a
not
that's
that's
not
not appropriate
for
at all.
kids. No.
It's not. It's not for a 7-year-old.
No,
So
not for not. It's not appropriate
no, it's not
at
even.
all. Yeah,
So
that's cool.
what else? We got to cancel XM radio. So
Yeah.
all these subscriptions that we have to cancel all of them, so
Hmm.
that way we're not paying
Paying
extra.
for stuff we're not
Mhm.
even using.
That is true. So
Yeah, we got to pay attention to our bills and make
mhm.
sure that we've kind of switched things over. We have officially done our forwarding address, so that's cool. And I've started to let, different companies know that we are having a forwarding address.
Mhm.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's pretty much, we're kind of like at the end of it. Like we're at the tail end of the move.
Mhm.
It's really happening.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yes, it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So what else? What else did we do? Did we already talk about a resignation day?
Yeah.
Did we already talk about that? Did we talk about like um how we turned in our laptops and
Yeah, we
our
turned in
cell
everything,
phones?
and yeah, we are no longer like, well, I'm
We're
still
still yeah.
working, but just in a different, like, just in a different capacity. But we're not going into any like job anymore. So now we can just do everything online, or by phone. So
Mhm.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's just so freeing. I feel like we have so much more time.
Yeah, I agree. We do. We have a
Mhm.
lot of time to
Yeah.
ourselves now. You know
Mhm.
what I was thinking today?
What?
I was thinking that when I took a writing class, a
Uh-huh.
creative writing class, what I really enjoyed was writing, like writing a book.
Uh-huh.
One of the tasks
Are you
was
having allergies or
I do.
something? Oh my god, I can tell.
Oh,
He's starting his like it's the like I should get you a medication or something.
maybe the maid didn't like
Clean,
vacuum.
very good. I'll go get you an allergy med.
But yeah, something that I was thinking and considering today was that my creative writing teacher was like, "Hey, you should be a writer." I'm like, "Why?" Because um, I gave you a task, right? The task was to write 5 pages, but what you wrote is 25 pages. So I think I'm gonna do that. Um, I'm gonna try writing something down. I think I didn't realize how much I like writing. I've kept journals a long time ago, and it was something that I like even read now, and some of the stuff that I've written in the past is like, wow, I was pretty wise at a young age. I thought I was pretty dumb back in the day, but some of the things that I've written down and what I've learned and what I was going through at that time, is and how my mind was processing information and how I traversed through some of the difficulties and the problems in life at that age. I was like, wow, I actually did a pretty good job. And I would say that a lot of the success that I have gone through today, I can look back and be like, well, it was that time when I made that decision, and thinking about it logically, and oh gosh, excuse me, thinking about the think about it logically, right, and kind of writing my thoughts down gave me an opportunity to strategize on how to solve the problem. So
We're like, we need allergy meds. Oh, yeah, that's cool. So you were talking about doing writing. I really just want to have some time to be able to read a book.
yeah,
Like that's one of my goals. I
that's
should
cool.
probably have like a monthly goal where I do like where I have like a goal either to like read a book
Hmm.
or plant a,
Hmm.
you know, put in a garden. I need to have like plans because
Yeah,
even though um we're not working as much anymore, I still need to be very active.
yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. I do, because if I'm not, gonna gain weight. I'm gaining a lot of weight. My friends aren't very helpful either.
No, no,
They're
because
giving
we're,
me empty calories.
I know. And we don't say no to ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
I mean, how many hot dogs did you feed me? I
Well, we
forget.
hadn't eaten all
I know,
morning.
but what? How many hot dogs did you buy?
I
Like,
bought three. Well, I bought four,
no.
and I gave one away to a friend, and then we shared three.
We shared three. Shared three. And then after that, you can't have. There was some alcohol,
I
to it.
ordered pork adobo.
Oh, that was good. That
Yeah,
was
we went
good.
to the
Hey,
Lumpia
San
factory.
Diego. My
They have some
goodness.
good food in
What
San Diego.
restaurant was that?
The Lumpia
It's called the
factory
Lumpia
in
Factory.
the gas lamp
In the
district.
Gas Lamp District. Lumpia Factory, Gas
Yeah,
Lamp District. They had adobo. I was like, oh my gosh, this is
it
so
was so
yummy.
good.
I don't know if I was just hungry or it was genuinely good.
No, it was very
But
good.
I was
It was
like,
very
oh
good.
man.
It was very good.
Yeah. We had the adobo and the chicken wings
Yeah,
or
and
the
we did DoorDash.
and DoorDash. That's right.
I
I
was
do
like,
remember that. I do remember that.
DoorDash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it, and they
I
came so quick. I
that
feel
too.
like,
Did you have those Tums that you gave me, or
yeah,
was that?
yeah, he had a little tummy ache,
I
so
had a tummy ache, so DoorDash came to the room
I was
too.
like, yeah, I didn't know how to make DoorDash do like two orders because I guess you could go to one place and he like the person could have gone to two places and I only would have had to pay like one delivery fee. But I had two separate DoorDash people come within like 10 minutes of each other. So I was like,
Mhm.
we are getting food and we are getting this. And yeah, it was a good time. I had a great weekend. And the thing that I missed the most was my children.
Yeah.
So I was just like, cannot wait to get back to my kids because they were with grandma and now they're sleeping in the other bedroom. So it's
It's
perfect.
like even though we're away from, this is my experience. I'm away from my kids for like 2 days, and then when I see them, I'm like, "Whoa, you've grown!" And I can tell.
They
Like
got
when I pick up
taller.
my son, I'm like, "What the hell, dude? Did I just get weaker, or you just got even bigger within the last 2 days?"
Yeah, they're
So it's
growing.
interesting. Like my daughter, she is so tall. I think
Yeah,
she's gonna be taller than me. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy.
it's super cool. Well, it's getting late, babe.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm super
You're
tired. Do you
tired.
have anything else you want to say?
I guess not. Well, we have more boxes to go, to pack, and then we have to. I think what we have to do now is, yeah, more boxes to pack. What else? Take them to LA and drop them off,
Hmm.
to be shipped, balikbayan, and then we have to drop off my mom to the airport.
Hmm.
What else do we have to do? Change the registration of the car, sell the car, finish the house. What else?
That's pretty much it. I feel like we're getting to where we need to be.
Yeah, I think so too. But if we're not careful, we're gonna run out of time. And if we
Yeah.
run out of time, but there, you know what? There's a lot of things that are changing. I visited my brother today, and we went to go pick up my kids because they were there. Um, and he's putting things in motion too. and I'm really proud of him, because he's making moves and he's trying to better his life. And so, shout out to my brother out there. He's doing great. He's making it the best that he can, and I think that what he's about to do next is gonna be awesome. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, everybody out there, follow your dreams
Hmm.
and continue to grow and strive for growth. You know, you don't know what your potential is until you know, it's okay to take some risks. And, like if you stay in the same place, you just never know what opportunities are out there. So,
You will never be as young as you are today, so you better take advantage of it.
mhm,
And I think that your 20s are for your hard work, 30s are for your, making life decisions, and then your 40s, that should be the time you enjoy your time with your kids, because now you're not prioritizing your career. You're not, the things that were important to you when your 20s didn't matter anymore. You've already
mhm.
selected the person that you want to be with. um yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you? That's it. That was my message.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like your 20s are for having fun. That's what I feel like. And then your 30s are for like, hopefully you've while you were
Establish
having
yourself.
fun, yeah, it's like get your butt into like high gear, because your 30s is should be your high earning years and stuff like that. And then your 40,
It's interesting though, because we tell people, like random people are like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna retire." They're like, "What? What? You're retiring?"
I know.
We're like, "Yeah, we're semi-retiring," and it's weird for people to hear. People, younger people to say, "Hey, we're gonna retire. Where were you guys going to?" Oh, in Philippines.
Yeah,
And the
so
thing
here's the
is,
thing.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We don't have to go to Philippines to
Yeah,
retire.
yeah.
Like we actually could retire in America right now.
Hmm.
It's kind of like what we have done.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
I mean, there's nothing stopping us from working here in America and working online, and
That's
we can
true.
do the exact same thing we're doing here, that we're gonna do in Philippines. And the reason why we're going to Philippines is because that's where he's from, and that's where he was born, and the language that our children can learn, they can learn in the community and the culture. And so it's like that's some stuff that you can't get here, like in
That's true.
America.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah.
So that's like the big factor.
Yeah. So for D, she went to Philip. I took her to Philippines when she was 18 years old. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I was like, I put her through the ringer. It's like, oh, there's a rice field over there. You want to
I've
go plant
planted,
some rice? All right,
yes,
let's go.
yes, I've planted
Hey,
rice.
they're pulling up peanuts. Let's go pull some peanuts off the ground.
Yeah.
So we're out there pulling peanuts off the ground.
Yeah, I
They're
love
like,
the Philippines. I love like the different kinds of mangoes that I get to try, just like different sauces.
the
And
santol was
I
pretty good.
love
Yeah.
santol, and you know what? I love saluyo.
Yeah,
Like
saluyo.
I
Yeah.
really love to eat the different like plants and the fish, and like just all of that you can get on the islands. It's just beautiful. And I
Hmm.
mean, we've rode in boats where we're like taking a
Flying fish.
taxi, and the
She
fish are
saw flying
jumping
fish.
onto our boat. It's just a lot of fun. I just have a really beautiful life in the Philippines.
Mhm.
And so I'm really excited to get to continue to, or have that opportunity to go and experience that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you know what? Over the weekend too, I was talking some. We were having some financial discussions. I was having some financial discussions with my
Hmm.
friends, and they were like, "Dude, why are you retiring so early?" I was like, "Why not? What is your goal? When you right now you're putting in your 401k, right now you're
Hmm.
putting in your pension fund, right now you're putting in all this hard work, but what is it that you're trying to attain by the time you're 70?" And one of my friends was like, well, I just want like maybe for my pension about $5,000. I said, okay, sounds good. So what about you do something now so that way you can get $5,000 while
Hmm.
you're not doing anything? And we were talking about like cash flow and making your money, working for you,
Mhm.
and so they were like, "Oh, snap! Like your perspective is different."
Mhm.
And then it's interesting, because um, we've never ever had that conversation before, but now they're kind of curious about it because we're doing this move, and
Mhm.
they're like, "How are you making this happen?" And it's all
Mhm.
about preparation and sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I agree with you that your 20s are should be having fun, but at the same time, that's when you're the strongest. That's
Mhm.
when you can make sacrifices. That's when you can fall off like a truck or a vehicle, or you can start fresh, make all those mistakes,
Mhm. Kind of recover
and
from
recover from it.
things.
Right? You can fail, as long as you don't die or you don't, do anything dumb to compromise your safety. I think that if you fail a lot in your 20s, then you can learn from those things and apply those skills when you are in your 30s. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think
Because
so.
your 30s have different challenges like children,
And health issues too,
right? Yeah.
So,
So we don't want to wait till we're 70
no, if
to retire.
no way.
No way.
No way.
Uh-uh.
I like we've been on tours where we're seeing,
Oh,
these
that's right. We were in Italy.
older people who are on the tour and their bodies hurt and they're not able to really enjoy the tour. They're
Hmm.
taking breaks, they're
Hmm.
sitting down, they're rubbing their feet, they're complaining,
Yeah.
their body hurts. And I saw that and I don't want that. Like I want to be able to go and see these things while I'm still relatively healthy.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know if I'm healthy now, but we,
I'm healthier than what I could be. I could be worse.
yeah, that's true.
So,
I'm definitely out of shape. Going up and down those hills in San Diego,
mhm.
walking. I was like,
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I was like, this is great. Thank you.
yeah. Hmm.
It was wonderful. I had a great time.
Did you ever figure out what the fireworks was for
No,
San Diego?
no
So
idea.
we were driving up to San Diego on Friday, and there were fireworks, and it was beautiful. It was nice.
Hmm.
Uh, what exit was that? Do you
No
remember?
idea. No idea.
But anyways, so if you're from San Diego and you're watching this, I'm curious. Um,
There's some nice
there's some nice
fireworks.
fireworks. All right.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else?
Nada.
Well,
Buenas noches.
good night. It is
Magandang gabi.
1:34 right in the morning, and we are finally getting some sleep. We gotta wake up tomorrow and go back to the San Luis Obispo area.
So
Okay,
we'll do a live when we're in our house,
when we're in our
so
house.
you can see where we're at with our stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right. Have a good night.
have a good night. Carpe diem.
Seize the day.